When you start getting into lifting for the first time, with all the information flowing around on the internet, there's always one question that keeps coming back. What's the best program? Or more specifically, what's the best program for building muscle? Well, to give the generic fence sitter answer to that question, there's no one best program for building muscle. There's only the best program for you, and the one that you stick with and keep progressing with long term. However, that doesn't give the full picture, or even clarity on the topic, because there may not be a best program, but there are definitely bad programs, and benefits to each program style. And it's always possible to take a bad program and make it a good one with the right exercise selection, volume, and approach to intensity. So without further ado, today we're going to go over the 4 most popular hypertrophy training styles and one extra secret style that overarches all the others. Number 1. Full body split. If you're a beginner with access to the right training information, there's a good chance that you started with this program or kind of training split. I myself recommend full body 3 days a week as the perfect starter program for beginners. The benefits of a good full body split are that the lower number of exercises and volume per body part per session create lower fatigue than other styles, allowing you to hit the whole body and come back and hit the whole body again 2 days later. So in other words, this program uses and abuses, in some cases, frequency as the main factor for growth. This is brilliant if you're a beginner because it allows you to build that movement skill or mind-muscle connection that allows you to target the right muscle in an exercise. You also keep up with your increased rate of strength gains or noob gains. It's not uncommon to see your weights jump a few kilos every workout on this kind of program at the start. You can contrast this with a once per week frequency where you'd only see those strength increases once per week. Now, there are ways this kind of split can be butchered though. If you try to create a full body split where you condense a large full volume workout for each body part as you do on a body part split, performing 3 or 4 exercises for each body part for 3 sets in some kind of Frankenstein's monster program, you'll dig yourself a recovery hole that you won't be able to crawl out of for at least a week in some cases. This level of junk volume means that your body's just trying to heal rather than even think about growing. Trust me, I've done this kind of workout. It takes 4 hours, but I've done it. Number 2, upper lower split. So, your noob gains have slowed to a halt. Your reliance on 5 sets of fives for deadlifts 3 days a week has led to the dreaded Quasimodo build, and you're bursting out of all of your size small compression shirts. Well done. You've reached intermediate hell. Book in at the nearest Premier Inn. You're in for a long stay. At this point, you may be feeling the need for increased specificity from full body in the form of glaring weak points. Maybe you've just added another movement to each body part every session. The session volume and time spent in the gym goes up. Your girlfriend starts leaving messages like, "Why isn't the washing done? Do you love the gym more than me? I'm getting worried about you." So what do? Well, if you're anything like me, you probably made the smart decision to just split your workout in half across more days. So you just naturally arrived at an upper lower split. This is exactly how my training journey evolved, and it's definitely the right approach. So this kind of split is usually categorized by 2 or 3 exercises per body part, usually 1 compound and 1 or 2 isolations, and all the upper body muscles trained in 1 session and vice versa for lower body. If done over 4 days, I'd recommend doing an A-B split so you can increase the range of exercises that you hit per week while keeping the overall structure. So maybe on your A day for back, you have a lat focused workout with low cable rows and underhand pull downs. And on B day, you have a mid-back focus, doing chest-supported T-bar rows and wide grip pull-ups. The issue with upper-lower is that your workouts will begin to have a spillover effect with certain muscles. For example, your heavy hip hinge on lower day, such as RDLs, will affect your back strength on upper days. This can be fixed with good exercise selection. Maybe before your lat-focused day, you do a good morning as a hip hinge, so your low back and hamstrings are hit without lats. And maybe before your mid-back day, then you do your RDLs. But if you don't run an A-B split, the best way around this is with a front-back split rather than an upper-lower. Quads, chest, shoulders, abs and biceps one day, then back, rear delts, calves and hamstrings the next day. Another problem with upper-lower is the lack of focus for arms. The simple fix for that is either add extra arm work on your lower day or just add an arm day. Number 3. Push-pull legs. What happens if you need to increase the specificity and volume again, but keep the 2 times a week frequency? Push-pull legs is what happens. This is a split for seasoned individuals who either own a home gym or have a lot of free time and no life outside the gym. It aims to be as optimal as possible. Train every muscle with as much volume as needed from every angle, with enough recovery and enough frequency. You split the body across pushing muscles, pulling muscles, and legs, and do that twice per week. Or if you want the specificity but don't have enough days to train, you just do it once per week, like a condensed bro split. The issue with push-pull legs is the amount of work performed in a week. 6 days is a lot to ask for an average person, and if one day is missed, you lose that 2 times per week frequency. This can be fixed through a hybrid split, such as push-pull legs full body for a 4-day program, or push-pull legs upper-lower for a 5-day program. These are much better as you get the best of both worlds. Another things to consider is the amount of work on the shoulder joint throughout the week. This can cause impingement issues and overuse issues. It can be fixed though by employing a push legs pull format instead of push pull legs, and then always take a rest day after each 3-day cycle. Number 4, bro split / body part split. This kind of split is one of my personal favorites, and it's just encapsulated by simplicity. It says to hell with frequency, I don't need it. Fatigue management, I don't know what that is. You simply train each muscle separately with a sole focus of complete destruction from every possible movement. This is the ADHD kid of programs. This program absolutely lends itself to individuals who enjoy training to failure, as well as high volume enjoyers. You enjoy pain, this is the program for you. This can be split across anywhere from 4 days to 7 days, depending on how much you like to be in the gym and your work structure. I would argue that a 4-day per week bro split is the most time efficient possible split. Workout times range from 45 minutes to an hour. My personal bro split, which I created a full series for, you can find on the channel, is chest and buys, back, shoulders and tries, then legs. The benefit of this program is you can do as many exercises as you need within the workout without worrying too much about fatigue for the next session. You always have a full week to recover. The drawback is that not all muscles recover at the same rate. The shoulders, calves, buys, chest, and tries all recover relatively quickly compared to the back and leg muscles. The best way around this issue is that the muscles which recover quickly should be targeted across multiple days. Maybe you do a full workout for chest on Monday, but on your triceps day, you do dips, which also hit the chest to a large degree. Maybe on your leg day, you do RDLs, which target the hamstrings and glutes, but also the back. There is a lot you can do with a bro split, and it isn't so much of a crayon eater approach as it's so often reduced to. Number 5, custom program design. What you may have realized throughout this video is that we've already alluded to and touched on this sort of split already. Many of the issues with the other training splits can be rectified with simple, obvious, and intuitive modification, rather than just jumping to another split, which most likely has its own issues. So instead of program hopping between splits, my recommendation is that you should learn the infinitely valuable skill of observing issues in your training by sticking with one program for at least 3 months. What you then notice is the issues such as not enough arm volume on upper lower, or missing days on push-pull legs, or even undertrained muscles on a bro split will just jump out at you when you commit to one program. So all you do then is make the modifications and reassess in a few weeks. This concept's called auto-regulation, and it's the most valuable skill a trainee can develop, because it not only makes you a better athlete, it makes you a better coach. And you might not want to become a better coach to other people, but the ability to objectively assess training variables will allow you to coach yourself and learn more about your own body. There are nearly infinite ways to set up a custom program, and the beauty of them is that no one person's body or goals are the same, so no 2 custom programs should be exactly the same. Yes, you can follow the volume and intensity recommendations that I've laid out in other videos, but you don't have to. I know that I've been able to handle much higher training volumes than recommended in the past, and also much lower training volumes and higher intensity, so you might be the same. So after you've got a few years of training under your belt, I would absolutely recommend moving to a custom program. If you need any help designing a program for yourself, or you'd like a program review on the channel, I'm happy to give personal tailored advice on program design. Just leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching. That's an average worker tuning out.